Hey guys, so I wanted to get two quick reviews out to you, two movies that I checked out, Creed 2 and Mowgli, Legend of the Jungle. The first one, being Creed 2, was directed by, I think it's Stephen Caple Jr., and of course stars Michael B. Jordan and Sylvester Stallone, and this one is the follow-up to that amazing Creed movie. And this time around, Adonis has to face Victor Drago. So it's very personal here. Dolph Lundgren is also in this movie because of all the family history. As we know, Ivan Drago killed Apollo Creed. I really enjoyed this movie, guys. It's so well done that I feel like you don't need a part 3. I'll say that up front. The music here the score is amazing. The soundtrack, I should say. I adored the soundtrack. I was instantly in love with most of what I heard, and I was looking for the music where I could find it as soon as I got home. Michael P. Jordan, again, he's such an amazing actor, and he really delivers here in his performance. We get to see his strengths and his weaknesses as well, especially emotionally. The character here is a lot more emotional. Sylvester Stallone, as he's gotten older, this character, of course, being the character that he created and the character that launched his career. And you can see the love and the dedication he has for this character of Rocky. The character it's so sympathetic, you see his strength, but you also see that vulnerability. The fight sequences here were a lot better, I felt, than the first one, where you might see, the punches being pulled and that sort of thing. It felt really brutal, really, really, really real. I'm not a huge boxing fan, but it looked really good to me. I was very surprised to know that this is this guy's directorial debut because it felt so seamless. The pacing of this movie is very good. And like I said, the story is so well done and so well wrapped up that I don't even think we need a third movie in this. I feel like the story of Adonis has been told to perfection, and we've seen him evolve not just into a boxer, but into a man and a family man, and him learning exactly who he needs to be and who he is separately from his father's legacy. This movie, for me, it's a strong 8 out of 10. I really enjoyed this film. Another one is Netflix's, directed by Andy Serkis, Mowgli, The Legend of the Jungle. This one has a lot of voice talent in it. We have Christian Bale, we have Andy Serkis, of course, Kate Blanchett. In the live action role, we have, I think his name is Rohan Chand as Mowgli, and Frida Pinto as well shows up in this. This movie, I went into this really not knowing what to expect. I know it's supposed to be a much more grounded, darker version than the Jungle Book, the Disney live action movie, and it's definitely that. This is not for children, unless of course you grew up with a childhood where your parents allowed you to watch maybe darker themed movies like my parents did. Sorry about that. Yeah, so this movie, I really like this because I always like darker tales, and the original Mowgli story, the book itself, is quite much closer to what the Grimm stories are like, as opposed to the Disney version of it. For me, the weak point of this movie was the CG. It's nowhere near as pretty as Jon Favreau's version. The animals there look so real in that version. Here they are a lot more, well, you can tell it's CG. They're not as pretty. Like, for instance, Baloo is not that nice to look at, but I did like that he aged the characters up as Mowgli grew. I thought that was a nice touch. And the voice acting more than makes up for the weakness in the CG here, guys, because it's so good. Christian Bale as Bagheera was phenomenal. He's really good. And of course, Benedict Cumberbatch as Shere Khan. Idris Elba did a fantastic job, but wow, Benedict nailed it. I mean, I loved him as Smaug, but geez, his Shere Khan is terrifying, and his character is definitely almost like a serial killer. This Shere Khan is terrifying. Rohan Chan as Mowgli. This is the best version of Mowgli I've ever seen. He gets a lot more to work with in terms of the story, so we really get to see how difficult it would be for a boy in a world where he doesn't belong to anyone, really. He's trying to fit in with his wolf family, but they keep reminding him that, there are wolves in there that's like, you're a freak. He doesn't really fit in with his with the men, or the humans I should say, in the story. I also, let me say too, I love that they touched on the humanity or the human aspect of the story. You don't really get that with the Jungle Book. They do that here, so you see both sides of things, and you see Mowgli learning where he belongs and where he needs to be, because he gets to experience both sides of things. You know, there are difficulties on both sides, and here's this young man with this burden on his shoulder of what he needs to be and who he needs to be in this world. Rohan Chan blew me away in this. He's superb. I think he has a strong career ahead of him if he stays on this path. And if you haven't seen this, guys, if you think it's just another Disney movie, I promise you it's not that. This is Andy Serkis's take on this movie, and it might not be for everyone. Like I said, it has some dark themes in there. It has a scene that really stands out. It hits you in the gut when it happens. It happens closer to the end when he's with the humans again. It's very, I don't think any kid could see that scene and not be impacted by it. So be careful if you plan on showing this to kids, if you have kids. But for me, this is a strong 7 out of 10. I very much enjoyed this movie, and I think that people may pass it up because they think it's just another Jungle Book movie, but I promise you it's so much more than that. There's almost a spiritual aspect to this film, and I really enjoyed it. And that's it, guys. That's a quick look at 2 movies that I saw that I wanted to talk to you guys about. I don't know if you guys saw it. If you did, feel free to comment below and let me know what you felt about these movies. And if you like this video, if you enjoy these quick movie reviews, please let me know. It's much appreciated. If you want to subscribe to my channel, you can click on my face somewhere over there, I think. And until next time, guys, bye bye.